Today, we are going to be giving you a preview of the 2025 Subway Series. This is round one. It's going to be starting tomorrow night, Friday night in the Bronx as the Yankees take on the Mets. 7 o'clock start time, 7:05. It's going to be really exciting. Juan Soto is making his return to the Bronx. We have no idea what that environment is going to look like, Christian. Honestly, I'm a little bit concerned for Juan Soto, what it's going to be like with him out there in right field. But look, this series is going to be exciting. It has the star power, it has the energy. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun for the city. Going to be really fun to watch. So, Christian, what are the probables that we have for this series?
Yeah, so Friday, it's Tyler McGill against Carlos Rodon. Rodon has great numbers against the Mets. We'll see if that continues. Then Saturday, it's Griffin Canning against Clark Schmidt. And then Sunday, Ryan Yurbo's start is getting skipped, and it's going to be David Peterson against Max Fried. That is the game that me and Ryan will be at. And overall, the Yankees probably have. Well, I guess the matchups are relatively even. Yankees definitely have the upper hand on Sunday, and then Mets might have the upper hand Saturday, and then Friday should be pretty even. But look, I mean, these are two really good teams, and this year is going to be one of the better Subway Series we've seen in a long time. Like, I know the whole Stanton Lindor rivalry, that was fun and that was cool, but also keep in mind when that was all going on, both teams like kind of sucked. So, yeah, it was fun, but I mean, these are two really, really good teams. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Saturday is a 1 o'clock game with Yankees
Yeah.
Mets. Like, I feel like that'd be like Fox Saturday night, but no, Saturday is a 1 o'clock game, and then Sunday night baseball at 7:10. Just to give you a quick rundown on the Subway Series, the Yankees are 80 and 66 versus the Mets all time. This year, Christian, the Yankees are 25 and 18. The Mets are 28 and 16, and both teams are in first place, and it's real even going into things, Christian. The Mets in their last 10 games are 6-4. The Yankees in their last 10 games are 6-4. And the last 10 matchups of the Subway Series are in favor of the Mets. The Mets have won the last 6 out of 10. So 6-4 for the Mets in their last 10 matchups. And last year, the Mets swept the Subway Series. The Yankees didn't get a win. But I think this is a real even series, Christian. I think both teams are really solid. The Yankees lead baseball in OPS at 828. They lead on base percentage with 347. And they lead all of baseball with 76 home runs. But then the Mets are doing it on the pitching side, which has been shocking because a lot of people were saying, going into the season, the Mets have no pitching. The Mets actually have some of the best, if not the best pitching to start the season this year. They're leading all of baseball in ERA with a 2.84 team ERA, which is just unbelievable. So we'll see that how that goes when the Mets come to town to face the Yankees. It's going to be really interesting, but I think it's going to be really exciting stuff because, like you just touched on, I think both teams are really even.
One thing that I also think that we could see this series is the bench is clearing. And, I know it's Juan Soto went to the Mets and he was offered more money from them. But I do think there's a little bit of bad blood there. He said some weird things in press conferences where, he took some shots at the Yankees. Uh, then you have the whole Lindor Stanton thing. Obviously, Stanton's not going to be playing, but, that still exists. And then just between the heat of the fan bases, going constantly at each other, I think there is a little bit of tension. I know they're all just playing baseball. It's all their job. But I do think that the series does mean a little bit more. And they do know that. And because the stakes are a little bit higher, that's why I think we could see potentially a brawl, a benches clearing, just a little bit of emotion. Because, when emotions are high, stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I mean, when these two teams play, it's certainly a playoff environment. The fans are really into it. We'll definitely see a brawl in the stands if you go to any of the games. That will definitely happen, but that always does. Some players to watch this series: Francisco Lindor absolutely destroys the Yankees. I feel like as a fan, every time I watch Lindor play against the Yankees, he's standing on second base or he's hitting a home run. Like it's just unbelievable how much he kills the Yankees. He has a 321 batting average, 12 home runs, 28 RBIs in 53 games versus the Yankees in his career. He's an absolute Yankee killer. But on the other hand, Christian, Aaron Judge is a New York Met killer. He's hitting 314 with 12 homers and 22 RBIs in 25 career games versus the Mets. And the Yankees, Christian, on the pitching matchups, this looks real good for them on paper because Max Fried is 9-5 with an ERA of 2.48 in 23 appearances against the Mets in his career. And Rodon is 2-0 with an ERA of 0.84 with two appearances against the Mets in his career. So Rodon and Max Fried, the Yankees' two best pitchers, have really good numbers against the Mets in their career. So if you're a Yankee fan, you're going to take that. And then Juan Soto. You might be wondering, what has Juan Soto done against the Yankees in his career? Because last season it was Juan Soto, the Yankee. You didn't really think about that at all. But he has a 310 batting average with 5 homers in 9 games against the Yankees in his career. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But Christian, the main storyline is going to be Aaron Judge versus Juan Soto. I want Aaron Judge to have the big series. I want him to, show Soto like, hey, like this is what you missed out on. Like I'm the guy here. I'm running this. I'm the king of New York. Like just like in his walk-up song. I think Aaron Judge is going to do that. On the other hand, though, Christian, we know Juan Soto, we know his game. We know, the go ahead 3-run homer that he hit in the ALCS last year. Juan Soto is a guy that lives for the moment. He wants to be in this spot. So, when Yankee fans are getting on him and all this and all that, I can guarantee you Juan Soto wants to go out this series and he wants to absolutely kill the Yankees. He wants to make a statement and, his game, he's been solid to start the year, but I don't think he's totally Juan Soto numbers. I mean, he's hitting 255 with 8 homers and an 845 OPS, which is solid. That's good. But for a guy who's making, 50 plus $1 million, Juan Soto be the first to tell you he could do a lot better. He has looked better of late, Christian. He's starting to get that power stroke back. I think he's hit like in the last couple weeks, like 2 multi-homer games. He's starting to get into his groove a little bit. Another guy who's been unbelievable for the Mets is Pete Alonso. He's hitting 311, 9 homers, and a 1.005 OPS. He's been unbelievable for the Mets. So watch out for Pete Alonso to go the other way to the short porch. Look for Juan Soto to do that as well. But, Aaron Judge on the year, Christian, just fantastic.
Yep.
412 average, 15 homers, 1.279 OPS. So this series, like we mentioned, before, it has the star power. It's going to be very exciting. New York City is going to be rocking on Friday because the New York Knicks are back in Madison Square Garden taking on the Boston Celtics in game 6 of the Eastern Conference semis. And we have the Yankees going on that night, Yankees versus Mets. So I think these two teams are really, really even. I think the Subway Series is in a great spot. I expect the crowd to be electric, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.